Welcome to this week's video. I'm Jamie Pate, and it's been a little while since I've been on this side of the camera. That's okay. I mean, I sound the same no matter what. Here's the thing. We're going to jump into a memory planner sesh here, and this is the one I'm using for June, July, and August. This is like my summer book, if you will. Although, man, it just has not even felt like summer. I mean, it's like 60 degrees outside. That is not normal. Anyway, I digress. I'll do that a lot. If you're new here, a lot of digression takes place. There, I said it. Okay, so I have June in my book so far, except for the last week. And so I'm just going to do kind of like a to music sort of process. But first, I want to talk about all the stuff that I use in my memory planner. I thought it might be good to take a moment and talk to you all and share with you what I intend to go into my planner, what is kind of always available. You've seen plenty of my pages. You know, I don't rewrite the wheel. I guess you remake a wheel. And I don't do that either. I don't remake the wheel every time I do a page. I'm kind of repeating similar things throughout. You can see a page here. It's not even done yet. I'm getting to it. But what I do have in here is June so far. And my point is, I do kind of the same thing over and over again. And that's okay. It just sort of simplifies the process. Now, hopefully maybe on here you can see I've sketched out some ideas. I'll talk about that in a second. In the meantime, okay, kind of looks like a big pile of a mess. It's not though. So let's just talk about inks. I most often use the jet black Archival ink and the Distress Hickory Smoke. I love this as a softer hue, like this Happy Birthday here is that, I always forget the name of it, the Hickory Smoke versus the jet black. So I just like those two different hues playing with each other on my page. Now for this color band, in this newer, I believe this book is called Seeing Spots. In this newer book, the color bands are just slightly different. I'm going to go for the Speckled Egg to match with the band. I think that's going to work. So otherwise, I'd have a different Distress Oxide. So that's basically what I'm going to stick with for my inks. Then I always have a couple of different sizes of the stamp blocks. I love these ones by scrapbook.com. An eraser is super important. And speaking of erasers, of course, I always have a pencil on hand. And you can see even on this why I've just sort of pencil sketched a couple ideas. I want to be able to erase them and not obviously keep them there permanently. And then I use this Altenew pen. It's a fine line pen. I use it so much I've already wiped off all the printing part that's on the pen, but this is a 005. So I will use that and switch it out with the Pilot G2.38. I've been using this pen for many years. I've been a big fan of that pen for journaling. So I kind of go back and forth between those two pens in my planner. I grabbed this. I think I found this on Amazon. It's a 12-inch T-square ruler. So I love this for obviously drawing straight lines. So if I can resource this, I will down below. And also with that, here's my little cheat, is this, I think it's Yalis. It was a pack of stencils. I found it on Amazon. I've looked for it since then rather. I can't find it again. If I find it, I will resource it for you down below. But I use these lines in this block like all the time. And then you can see here, I have parts of the June Stop the Blur kit, and I just had some of the parts out as I was working on other pages, and we'll use these quite a bit. Now, just to kind of segue a moment, and I've talked about this before, but I do try to stay with the color band in terms of a color story on my pages. Now, not 100%, and sometimes I'll use a complementary color, so it's not like I don't block myself in. It's just I try to do that. So, you know, I would use these blues on that page, maybe even this green, and this part of the kit I would use. And I probably, summer is on this page. I might not use this summer because it's yellow. So that's just a little bit of an insight into maybe how I make a decision as to what goes on a page. It's primarily driven from color. Now, these little parts that you just saw me have out here is from the Stop the Blur subscription class. Comes out once a month. Heidi does several lessons on some techniques and plus process video of her memory planner. It's a fantastic resource for ideas, for creative ideas, for just making your planner work all that much better. And part of the class bonus is a 8.5 by 11 PDF of these cutouts. And I just printed these right here. You see, I just printed them on a 60-pound white cardstock and then just cut them by hand. And other people do other things. That's just where I'm at right now. Again, always subject to change. So that is the Stop the Blur kit. That is a great complement to the Stop the Blur class. And then you see here I have stamps, which I'm pretty stamp heavy this year. Yeah, this year I'm pretty stamp heavy. I'm pretty stamp heavy this month in my album, and it's just how it worked. That's just what worked for me, and I just went with it. Here's the thing. So I have these classic Heidi alphas that I think I'm going to use on this page. This is the June stamp that could still be used on this page. I might need it for the first day of summer, for the sunny days ahead to encourage me. It will feel like summer eventually. Here's a little bonus for you, though. These should be available today when this video goes live. So there's these brand new words that I think are going to be awesome for the planner page. It's everything from new day, big plans, goodbye, go, best friends forever, BFFs, see ya, shop, focus. Oh, I need that focus one really bad. Chill, hello. Oh, I'm so glad to have a hello. Aren't you glad to have a hello? Isn't that great? Oh, I needed that one already. Happy start. So just, read. That's a good one too. So just some great smallish words, great for your planner, great for the calendar page too. And yes, I am working on a calendar page video. Please stay tuned. And then, isn't this awesome? If you have any of the Heidi Swapp Carefree collection, you will recognize this font, as there are alpha stickers that are this font. Well, now, friends, you can get them in a stamp and have them forever and in whatever color you want. So these should be available today as well. Links below. And now, while this is a brand new thank you stamp, which is fabulous. I mean, there is so much to this stamp. I can feel, but I also think I will be using this quite a bit in my planner. When you have things like "you are the best," appreciation message, feeling loved, blessed, you are the best, like a lot, everything, making my day, all of this, so good. There's so many ways. Oh, look at the little stars. Awesome. Oh, and little label. We must have labels. Okay, I'm seeing this go to work a whole lot. Okay, so what I'm going to try to attempt to do next is process through the page that is June 21 through 27. And you can just kick back and watch. You can come back and watch it later. You can go through and get ideas, whatever. If you have any questions about what I'm going to share with you today, please, I will answer you if you just leave a comment. Happy to do that. And I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. Okay, as I wrap this up, you can see I've already broken some of my rules, which is so awesome, right? We should be able to be allowed to break our rules. So I did use a lot of the printables this time. I just was inspired, after all, by the summer and that kind of goldenrod color. And so I just sort of went with it and made sure I had some touches of it throughout the 2 pages. And so they connected and kind of gave a cohesiveness along with this really great blue. I'm not even sure what to call that blue, but it's really pretty. And you can see that pop throughout. I pulled from some older Stop the Blur kits, which I just want to use at my stash. So I have no problems doing that. And I added in a couple of the new stamps. So you saw how I used this for my soul care. Also don't know what these are going to be called, but let's call them small words. And so the small words fit throughout the page as well on this little arrow note and here for the read and love this. So just had fun with that. Now, just one more note and I will be done with this video for this week. Again, it's not a photo heavy page and I went with all kinds of different sizes with a 1 inch of me. I just didn't want a big mug of me on my page this time. So that's a 1 inch. These are 1 inch sizes here of our hike. And then these two, this was a square photo. So I just made it 2 inches wide and this is 2 inches wide. And that's all the photos I had on here and really didn't even have to have those. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into what if I don't have a lot of photos? I get that. And so write about other stuff. I added in my currently list from this week that I've started to do on my Instagram feed. I love that for an idea. Plus that really captures where you are like right now with the little stuff, right? So that's a look at one of the page spreads here in my June memory planner. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me any comments or suggestions below. And I will see you in the next video.